Okay, so AVIACTION has moved on again. We're still at MRO Europe in Barcelona, but this time we're on the Aviation stand. It's hard to say that. And Tommaso Fiorillo, who is the BDM, Business Development Manager for Aviation, joins me. Welcome, Tommaso. Thanks for inviting us to come and have a few words.
For meeting us again.
Yeah, so it is again because we caught up at Aircraft Interiors Expo back in June in Hamburg. And you'd actually come off stage, did a session that we put on under the MRO management title that we run, specifically looking or talking about MRO in the cabin, which is obviously the big thing that you want to talk about. So we will go through that in a minute, but I also believe there's been some news at this show you're announcing, so if you could let us in on the secret. What is it? What's happened?
Big announcement. I mean, coming back to what we discussed along the IIX, the fact that cabin is a high priority now is coming again into MRO. Of course, Hamburg is more on interiors, but the MRO Europe is even giving always more importance to the cabin.
Yeah. Yep.
What does it mean? That there is a lack of cabin specialties, cabin technicians, and actually our announcement goes straight together with what we discussed in Hamburg.
Okay.
There is a lack of cabin technicians in MROs where base maintenance takes place. So tomorrow we will announce, we will sign an MOU with Tarmac Aerosave Teruel to announce that a collaboration where Tarmac will put their specialties, their know-how in base maintenance, transition, parking, and Aire will be the cabin interiors integrator of all the modification, all the repairs, and so on. The announcement will be signed. It's coming, and it's the biggest news.
Deal is done.
Deal is done. I used to say one motto.
Yeah.
Tarmac Teruel will be the place where transition specialists will meet cabin experts.
Okay. So, and you said it's with ERA, which is a division of...
A division of Aviation, the cabin interiors division of the group Aviation.
Okay. So just explain why is this really significant? I mean, you're obviously excited, it's a big smile on your face, it's a big announcement for you.
Yeah.
So why is it significant? For the wider industry, why is that significant?
The important thing is that, as we were discussing in Hamburg, if I bring an aircraft on base maintenance, who's going to make the works on the cabin will be the same technicians working on the airframe, potentially on the engine. They don't have that type of care they need to have at the time of cabin interiors. That's why it's important. It's an important announcement because it's creating a trend of giving importance even on base maintenance to the cabin, because base maintenance can even be just remove some panel for a check, and if you don't do it well, you can create more damages.
Right. Okay. So you're going to have. So it's basically there's more expertise.
More expertise.
More people, because we know this is the big issue. There's not enough people out there to do this kind of work. So that will help with this area. And then like I think the key thing is for you, it's increasing the priority of the cabin around everything else as well. Because we know it's the bridesmaid really.
It's transmit the message. The cabin is as important or even more important than the engine and the airframe. It's what your customer is seeing.
Right.
So, we expect that the engine is working. We don't expect dirty cabin, not working seat.
Yeah. And I know this is particularly important. I mean, it's important across the any aircraft, but it's particularly important in the premium sections, really, because the expectations are so high. And actually, the industry is raising expectations because they're putting in such amazing product, aren't they? So
absolutely. I mean, it's the most important thing for airlines. To have their business passenger.
I mean, these are their best customers, potentially the most loyal, certainly the biggest revenue stream. So,
and the ones who are going to complain because they're paying a lot.
Yeah.
So you have to care about them.
Yeah. And I know clearly you when you look at airlines that are really getting into this, the Middle East pops up because of the nature of those airlines. But actually, this is something that is global, isn't it?
It's
not just
already global
for a particular type of airline.
I mean, I think of myself. If I'm paying that fare for a business class, I'd expect a good environment, a business class seat working.
Yeah.
So this is why we are on a cabin side on a kind of a rise.
Yeah.
Because now that the aviation is coming back to its glorious time, it's important to take care of these things.
And how is the advancing technology that you get into in a cabin these days? Because these cabins are now high tech. They are high tech. You see some of the IFE. Panasonic just over there. There's some of the IFE screens and tech that they are producing is very complicated, very high tech. So you think so much more can go wrong potentially.
Yeah.
But I think at the same time it's being built sort of in a modular kind of way, so that it is. I was told don't say it's easy to fix or mend, but it is. It's a bit more straightforward.
Yeah.
Which means that there's not the requirement for so many skilled. Practitioners, engineers as well. It's easy for them to do. Is that a fair assessment?
Not that easy. I mean, it's challenging because you have to be updated not only on aircraft level but on technologies in general. Because IFE is bringing more and more technologies. Things are getting complicated, but at the end of the day, we don't see so many changes in terms of development. What we see is that the most important thing, the weight. So. Lighter material, lighter seat, which is a good business for us because they get damaged easier.
Right. Okay.
And
everything's got a double-edged sword in aviation, isn't it? You're doing one thing and then you create a problem somewhere else. But it's the nature of it, I guess. Look, you can see it's a busy stand. There's plenty of meetings going on around us. There's a real hubbub on the stand. What kind of conversations have you been having already this morning?
Well, the preparation of what is the next summer season.
Okay.
We're already talking about what is next summer season because starting from January, we will start preparing the aircraft along all spring for the operation in summer. I mean, now it's not calmer, but it's more focused on base maintenance.
Yeah. Okay.
This time is the season of checks.
Yeah.
Then starting from February, it will be crazy because you will start to prepare aircraft for the summer season, and airlines are making very good and big plans for next year.
Let's go back to talk about the skills issue and the skills gap and the lack of, really human resources in the industry. How does the industry address that? I don't think we're going to go back to the old days where you've got plenty of skilled engineers. It's a new dawn, really. We're in a new era with a new workforce with different expectations about work. What does the industry do? It can't. I suppose it's got to prepare itself to live long term with a lack of people. So, but it's still got to bring some in as well at the same time. It can't have no people, can it? So what does an industry do to fix that? And what kind of role does a company like AVIACTION play in that?
Well, let's say it's the $1 million question because it's the problem everybody's facing right now. What we are doing, which is complicated. We build our resources. We pick people from university. It's
getting young. That's the key thing.
In an investment, a big investment in time. Because you have to co-live with your daily jobs and the fact that you have to teach to develop.
Do you find you've got to sell the dream of working in aviation to these young people? They've not really thought about it, or they've rejected it. So this
is a problem. You know why? Because they always look to something which is more. Relaxed. They are not.
You can't offer them a relaxed life in aviation engineering.
They prefer to go to a public company for airports or a public airline. And they don't want to stay on the battlefield of daily fight, which is actually aviation. And the solution is to pick people when they are young and to teach them how good is working in aviation.
Obviously a very sort of blunt hammer way is pay them more. But obviously
it's not enough.
Well, how much can you pay them? And also the industry is famously doesn't work off massive margins as well. So you can only pay them so much. I guess it's looking after them and training and bringing them through
involve them in the process, involve them in what is the company. For example, today we are here in Barcelona, we are 25 people because we want to give this as a kind of prize to our employee to let them feel cared about the company. This is, you just told it. The salaries, they another engineer can find a better salary in another field than in aviation, which is you can't pay them as they want them to be paid.
The other answer, I guess, it can be technology, where technology allows you to do more with less and so on. So everyone's talking about AI, and so how are you adopting latest technologies to address this issue?
It's more on a kind of we are now getting into our process on something a bit more developed in terms of AI and so on. It's not yet in our DNA.
No, okay.
But it's more a part of processes that are still old-fashioned.
Yeah, but you see this coming. It will impact your business inevitably at some point.
It will impact our business, as I think every company. Yeah. I mean, it's something that we want to invest. We are investing in, but it's not the time yet to implement it in our company.
We're obviously really interested in the predictive maintenance side of things because we run the predictive maintenance conference annually, and it's going to be in Dublin next month. So we think predictive can play its role, and that is really essentially the application of AI to the engineering sector of aviation. So it's interesting to see what that will do to
the trend.
Well, to roles, but also the efficiency and the resilience of each of the aircraft of the airlines.
Absolutely. For what was concerned cabin interiors, we can talk better of kind of preventive maintenance. It's not that easy, but this is actually the challenge to implement a predictive maintenance in cabin, because you don't know how the passenger
is less predictable.
No, this is the problem, because you don't know passengers how they behave.
Look, our time is up, unfortunately, but it's been good to catch up with you again, Tommaso, in Barcelona this time. And thanks for your time and insights, and thanks for joining us on AVN Cast. Cheers.
Thank you very much.